and you are once again welcome back to my channel. On this channel we discuss everything beauty, lifestyle, faith, education or careers and hair. In today's segment we will be talking about education and careers. I just want to say that if you have been downgraded by this system, I am absolutely sorry. I sympathize with you so much. I know that most of you could have done way better than you have been given, especially if you went to a low performance school. I don't think it's fair that they have used the history or the past of your school to give you a grade. I wholeheartedly hope that our appealing process goes in your favor and that maybe your grades are upgraded like it was done in Scotland. But if that doesn't happen, I do not want you to let this stand in your way, okay? I'm going to be talking about everything gap years. A lot of you will have questions about gap years. I saw someone put on Twitter, "Is a gap year bad?" And that was one of the main things that made me want to do this video. So before we dive into that, I just want to give a quick message to any parents that might be watching this, especially the Black African community. I don't know, but there's this misconception about gap years in African families and in some Black families. Some parents just do not want to hear about the idea of a gap year. Some parents just do not want their kids to take gap years, and some have good reasons, because some can't financially support their kids if they do choose to take a gap year. However, some others who can support their kids just do not want them to be home because everybody's child is going to school. Auntie A's child is going to school, Auntie B's son is going to school. If your child decides to take a gap year now, please just support them. Especially this year, the exam was out of their hands. I need you to remember that. They didn't get those grades themselves. If they went to a low performance school, it was affected by the history of their school. So if your kids have ever needed your support in their education, I feel like it's now. Obviously, we're different people. Everybody will want to do their gap years differently. People take gap years in different stages of their lives. Some people take gap years before uni, some people take gap years in the middle of uni, and some people take gap years after uni. This video is for those of you who are taking gap years before uni. I'm just going to give this as a generic thing. So if anything has changed, just alter it to suit whatever new systems they have in place now. If you're applying to dentistry and you would like to be preparing for your UK cut now, or be rewriting your personal statement, be doing interview practice, literally anything that it is that you need for your application cycle, make sure again that you've done your research and that you know whatever it is that you need to do. After you've got all that information, you need to create a timetable for yourself. If you want to work as a researcher, obviously you can't work full-time because you need to study for your exam. But some people might be taking gap years now that already have their grades. They just don't know what they want to do in uni and they just want to explore more options before they apply. For some people it might be because you didn't get an offer but you got the results that you need, and so all you need to do is just reapply and you're into uni. So for such people, they can just work full-time because they don't have any research to do. They don't have to study for anything. But remember, don't be too full on because you have time to study. I'm not sure if I don't even know how this exam cycle is going to be. I've heard there's going to be exams in the autumn, and I've heard there's going to be exams in summer 2021. I don't even know what they're doing. I think you'll know if you're in that situation. So if you have an exam in the autumn, then obviously you want to be revising now. You want to start revising now so that hopefully you're ready for the autumn. But if there's no exam this autumn, then you have some time. So you have time to go through your personal statement, you have time to do your UCAT if you still need to do it, you have time to find a job and work part-time until summer 2021 comes. Again, one thing about applying to dentistry medicine, ideally you would want to make sure that you're doing something on your gap year that is related to medicine or to dentistry. But right now, put yourself in the shoes of the admissions officer. If I'm an admissions officer and I'm reading your personal statement and I've seen that you've taken a gap year, I will expect to see that you've done something relating to dentistry, because that's what you're reapplying to. As at this stage, whatever it is that you're applying to in uni is seen as something you want to do for the rest of your life. So if you've had 1 year out of education and I haven't seen you gaining any insights, I haven't seen you doing anything that's got anything to do with the dentistry that you're reapplying to, I'm gonna ask myself, does this girl really want to study dentistry? You had a whole year to yourself and you didn't even do anything related to dentistry. It doesn't have to be paid, that one. You can just if you want to work in retail, you do you, but make sure you've done at least 2 weeks in like a dental practice or at a GP or something. Just have something that shows that you've gained some insight into dentistry, some insight into medicine on your personal statement. Be that one thing that sets you apart from the next applicant, because you might all have good grades. What more do you have? What more do you have that sets you apart from that other person? What more do you have that makes us want to take you over that person, you know? And again, this is a generic advice. I do not know if you need work experience in these times. I think that they'd like give you guys some allowance because of everything that's going on, but again, you need to find that out for yourself. And if you don't need work experience, then great, you don't have to do all of this. But if you still do need a bit, then just like start preparing and start writing your CV and like presenting it to your GP, to your DP, just going into care homes to like find out if they'll let you volunteer. Just start making steps towards this. Those of you who would like to work, if you're retaking, then you won't have all the time to work full-time, so you'd like to work part-time. Full-time is about 40 hours a week, so I say part-time would be about 20 hours a week. So let's say you're doing part-time, you're working part-time because you have to retake your exams. You can work 3 days in a week. Let's say you work 7 hours a day. 7 times 3 is 21, so you're doing 21 hours of work in a week. And let's just take like the base rate to be £8.50. Don't get me wrong, you can get more than this. I'm not saying this is what I got. I'm not going to reveal how much money I made on my gap year, but I didn't get this. I might have got more, who knows. But like let's just take £8.50 to be the base rate. You're working, I just have a notepad and a pen here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. Working 21 hours a week, because this is for the retakes, for the part-timers. 21 times 8.5 is £178.50 a week, okay? And I think your exams will start around May. So from now to May, you have about 8 months. But obviously you're resitting, so you won't be working all 8 months. You will, let's just say you're working 5 months, okay? And even that 5 months is not full-time. Again, you're making £178.50 in 1 week. There are 4 weeks in a month. So in 1 month, you'll be making 178.5 times 4. You'll be making £714 in a month. So 714 times 5 is 3,570. So for those of you who are retaking, you can make £3,570 on this gap year whilst you're retaking your exams, okay? That gives you plenty of time to study. You'll make a good amount of money that you'll need in uni, and you'll have a good amount of time to study for your UK CAT, to do your personal statement, to attend interviews, and also to retake your exams and make sure that you're getting into that course and that uni that you want, okay? And for those of you who have nothing to do, you lot are just sitting at home, you're chilling, because you've got the grades you need. You just didn't get the offer, and now that's what you need to get, or you just don't know what it is you want to do, so you're exploring things. Like someone might be stuck between medicine and dentistry, you don't know which one to take, but you already have your grades, so you don't have to worry about studying. So for you guys, you can choose to work full-time. The next time you're going to school will be next year September, so you guys literally have 12 full months to do yourself. Out of those 12 months, you take 2 months for your UCAS, for your preparations for your school interviews, UK CAT, all of that. And let's say you take 1 month for holiday, so you're taking 3 months out of that 12 months to yourself, so you'll have 9 months to work, okay? And again, we're going to use a base rate of £8.50. You're working full-time, that's 40 hours a week. 40 hours times £8.50 is £340 a week. There are 4 weeks in a month, okay? So 340 times 4, you'll be making £1,360 in 1 month, okay? £1,360 times 9, and that is £12,240 that you will make on your gap year if you're working full-time, and that is at the base rate of £8.50. That is the least that we're talking about. So if you're earning £10 per hour, you'll be making more than this, okay? So like, this is good. If you're taking a gap year right now and you have no retakes to do, I'd say go and find a job, like go and work, okay? Because you can make some good money. You'll need this money in uni. Some people's student loans don't even cover the maintenance loans don't even cover the rent, so you'll need some more money just for yourself. So making £12,240 on your gap year, that is good money. You could be earning like £10 an hour, and that will shoot this all the way up. But remember, you won't get all of this because taxes. But even that, the least you'll be getting is like 10k, which I think is good. Making 10k a year as someone who's now going to uni, I think it's beautiful. I think it's great. You'll have so much money to spend and so much money to save. Make sure you're saving. Don't just blow this money that you've made on like useless stuff. Like, please make sure you're saving. Go on holiday, enjoy yourself, but make sure you're saving some of your money, okay? Because you'll need it later, okay? So I just want to go back to those of you who have again been affected by this and will have to retake your exams. I'm just going to like give some names of some resources you could use. If you're studying chemistry, there's Chem Guide, there's Chem Revise. Chem Revise is really good. They've literally like summarized everything that you need to know, and so everything on Chem Revise is everything you need for your exam. They've taken all of the unnecessary stuff out, and they've just given like bullet points of the things that you actually need to know. So Chem Revise is a very good site to use. For biology, it's been a while, I don't remember the names. I'm sure you'll have textbooks to use. And for economics, there's this guy on YouTube called Econ Plus Dal, and I think he's got like some really good teaching points as well. So if you're researching economics, you might want to use this as well. To encourage you guys again, do not let this stand in your way. I'm praying that this appeal process goes well and that your grades are able to be upgraded. But if they are not, we will not let this stand in your way. We will not let this block that vision that you have. We all have different parts in life. Some people finish GCSEs, they go do their sixth form, they go straight to uni, they go straight into their job. Just some people have a straight line. Other people will have a curve. So that's they do their GCSEs, they go to sixth form or college, they take a gap year, they go back to uni, they finish uni, they start working. Other people might have a double curve, like it hits you twice. You finish your GCSE, you take your you go to sixth form or college, you take a gap year, you go to uni. You think in uni you actually want to take another gap year in the middle, so you take a gap year, you go back to uni, and then you start working. That's a double hit for those people. And one thing as well, do not just go to a uni, or don't just go and do a course because your friends are doing it. It's each man for himself right now. You're growing up. You can't be following the crowd right now. Like, you can't be following your mandem. You can't be going to a uni because all your boys are going. You can't be going to a uni because all your girls are going. If you need to take 1 year out to get into that career, to get into that university, I beg you, do it. It will be worth it. For those of you who want to do let's say you want to do medicine or dentistry, you can always do graduate entry. That means that you can do a science related degree now, then go into graduate med or graduate dent. But one thing about that is you want to do your research, because graduate courses tend to be more competitive than the undergraduate ones. So before you decide to do a graduate course, just make sure that you have explored all of those things, and that you know what you're getting into, you know that it's more competitive, and you know what you need from your degree to get into that. Those of you who want to go through clearing, do not think you're a failure if you've gone through clearing. There's some very, very good courses in clearing. People have got law through clearing. Hell, some people have even got medicine. If you find the course that you want in clearing, go for it. Do not let the stigma get to you. Like, literally, there's nothing wrong with you going to uni through clearing. I've seen so many bright students who are complaining on like Twitter because they went to a low performance school and the algorithm just allocated some random grades to them that is not like representative of their abilities, and it's sad. But I do not want you to give up on yourself and to give up on your career because of this thing, okay? That person that asked on Twitter, is a gap year bad? I hope I've answered your question. A gap year is not bad. You can develop yourself in so many ways. You can like become more financially stable. You can get closer to God. You can become more independent. And I feel like unis like to see people who have taken gap years, because they know that you've been like self-sufficient for 1 year, and that's what uni is about. It's you on your own. I'm not saying they're not going to take you if you haven't taken a gap year, but I feel like taking a gap year, it just shows some level of independence which you need when you're in uni. I hope this encouraged somebody, and I hope this gave somebody guidance to like what to do on a gap year. We need to make sure that we're moving on even with this setback. We're not letting this pull us back, but we're making great things out of this, you know. All the best in life, all the best, all the best.